believers of this young AC Milan, welcome back to a post-match live reaction. Inter versus Barcelona in San Siro. Inter to play the final of Champions League 2025 in Munich. This is not going to be a match where I compare the two teams. I'm not going to compare the situation of Milan with the situation of Inter, okay? Because I pretty much do this every single video that I make, and this just want to be a post-match live reaction because we saw pretty much a tennis match. 7-6 on aggregate. How many times you see a semi-final of a Champions League 7-6? I don't know. Is that tennis? Is that ping pong? It was an incredible match. Honestly, after the 2-0 on the first half, scored by Martínez and Çalhanoglu, I never thought that Barcelona can come back. We were at the bar with my father and a friend, and we if you follow my Instagram, you know how the feeling, of course, with living in Barcelona, watching a match in Barcelona, the hype was real. 3-2 until minutes 94. What the fuck Acerbi is doing up there? What the hell is he doing as a first striker against Araujo? What's his name? Just came in, covering on Acerbi, protecting the ball from Acerbi, and conceding the goal of the 3-3. And after that was just ecstasy for Inter. And tonight the match was unreal. Was unreal. Eventually Frattesi scored a goal. I hate that, but the you know, Frattesi at some point was on the ground. He was like, look, the camera was on his face. He was like, he did like this. It's a calm, like this. Everything is spinning, because scoring a goal against against Barcelona in extra time in San Siro, I can imagine the hype, the energy that was there. It was unreal. I can imagine, because it's very similar to our. It's not our. It's very similar to our, and the for Frattesi was like a moment of a lifetime. And Frattesi things make me, of course, compare a little bit with the Milan situation, because Frattesi, I remember during January market, it was a player that the media was saying, oh, Frattesi is about to leave Inter, Frattesi is about to go to Rome, because Roma need this kind of midfielder. But instead, there was a manager, there was a team of work. They were like, no, we actually need a Frattesi in this team. And guess what? Frattesi scored the 2-1 against Bayern, and Frattesi scored the 4-3 tonight against Barça. That's it. That's the management winning. That's the manager winning. That's the team winning. That is unreal. This is when I complain about having an organization, having a process for the player and a trust into the player. That's what does it mean. The CDK, the Kalulu, the Adli. Okay, I don't want to compare, but you know what I mean. And overall, it was a fantastic match of football. I think we all discovered on this match the talent, the incredible talent of Lamine Yamal. Tonight Barcelona lost. I think football won. Inter won the final for sure. Deserved to win. I don't want to talk about the single. It was a penalty, was no penalty, was a yellow card, was a no yellow. I don't want to talk about that. But tonight I really did enjoy Lamine Yamal. It was really years that I haven't seen a single performance on a match that really count, like a semi-final of Champions League. 17 years old in front of 75,000 Inter fan singing all the way. Lamine Yamal was an absolutely menace, man. He was flying. I mean, Di Marco and Mkhitaryan and the poor Bastoni, they had no idea what was going on there. Every single time Lamine Yamal was touching the ball, it was panic. Something was happening. Something was happening. It was, no matter he was dribbling, he was assist, he was almost scoring. The only thing that was missing was really scoring. That the last time that I was a single performance like Lamine Yamal, we're talking about the level of Ronaldinho, we're talking about the level of Leo Messi, the Cristiano Ronaldo, really at that level. Um, I was extremely surprised to watch the Lamine Yamal performance. Super happy. Un minuto, papà. And what else? Am I happy for Inter reaching the final? Okay, let's be. This is the thing about the story here. Now, as a Milan fan, grew up in Milan. Of course, I'm not happy at all that I hate that Inter goes to the final. We are sitting on top of 7 Champions League. Yeah, they could potentially win it, and they reach what, 4? They still have a lot to go, but so I don't really care. We can confirm how big is the difference in between the two teams. One is playing the final of Champions League, one is playing the final of Coppa Italia, and we can laugh and we can blame Cardinale, blah blah blah. The things that really I want to underline about tonight is the fact that my friends from Milan came to watch Barcelona Inter. We had a chat. It was a very long time that me and other Inter fan really had a conversation. And I know this guy since I was a kid. And part of the reason why I don't like Inter is because of them. That's the reality. And having a conversation with people, talking about football, when they came to Barcelona, we were cheering, we were making fun about Inter. They were chit-chatting about winning the triplete, winning everything, and instead they got 3 goals from Milan. Milan this season against Inter, it is Barcelona prime, it is Brazil prime. We love that. So they didn't beat us. So we were cheating, we were making really fun, direct confrontation about that, but it was all in a friendly way. And I don't know why, because probably I don't live in Milan anymore, so I don't feel that living abroad, it's different from living from the city that you go to school, you go to work, and you got the Inter fan or the Juve fan that is giving you shit because of the match. Living abroad, it's way different. It's way different, and you live much more, especially nowadays, you live much more the fans' reaction over social media, which is a completely overhyped, toxic environment, in my opinion. And especially for big teams like the Barcelona, the Real Madrid, maybe some of the English team as well. Some of the fans that they never even been to Barcelona ever, they just overhyped their team, and to be very honest, and this is, trust me, it's painful when I say that, I'm crying inside, but watching some of the comments, some of the posts, some of the YouTube channel that they talk about football generally, they say that pretty much Barcelona is gonna destroy Inter, and they had so much arrogance over Inter and Italian football in general. And there is somehow, I'm always honest on this channel, I always say the truth, there is that 1% inside me that for tonight, after 13 years living abroad and living in Barcelona, there is that 1% that is like, in San Siro, rain, semi-final, bring your best players, you don't win. That is the magic of San Siro. That is the magic of San Siro, no matter which team is playing. That is the magic of San Siro. We did, as Milan, we played the partita perfetta back in 2007, 3-0 against Manchester United. Inter, because it's always pazza Inter, it finished 4-3 for Inter against a young Barcelona, not the best Barcelona ever, but a young Barcelona. But what a match. And they didn't win. Barcelona didn't win. San Siro, with the rain, I know there is a lot of things about playing in Madrid against Real Madrid. It is a thing, but I can guarantee you, if it's an important match, in semifinal, if it's an important match and you play in San Siro and it's raining, it's like very hard to win for you, brother, no matter what team you have. But the fans tonight, I saw I watched it in the bar, so I didn't see it, but the fans tonight in San Siro, they were unreal. They were unreal, and I love the energy. And unfortunately, I feel bad, especially for Juve fan, man. They must be feeling shit because we can always, look the situation from above, from our 7 Champions League title. We can look at them above. You say, okay, hey, boys, how's it going? Yeah, you win the 4th one, you win another one. Good. The Juve, they have 2 Champions League. They were like 9 times in a row winning in Italy, and they didn't bring at home a single Champions League. They even had Cristiano Ronaldo, somebody that scored in Italy something like 100 goals in 3 years. I said it again, 100 goals in 3 years. Unreal, okay? They got players like Dybala, De Chiesa, and they reached twice the semifinal in 2 years, and they never won it. Wow. Now, Inter now again reached the final 2 times in 3 years. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what is gonna happen. I'm curious. Of course, I'm gonna jinx it. Of course, I'm gonna gufar. I'm going to be an owl, because gufar in Italy means jinx it. And I hope they're not gonna win it. Of course, 100%. That's it. The final, is all on the way. From now on, it's gonna be interesting that Milan was able to don't lose against the finalists of Champions League. How crazy and up is that? It's crazy. Milan didn't lose against these Inter, against the best 2 teams in Europe. We didn't lose this season. It's unreal. Anyway. Yeah, great night, guys. Great night, great night. I know this is a video that I'm doing a little bit out of the Milan niche, something that you guys are following for, but I felt like, you wanted, I especially wanted to say my thoughts and my vision over this match specifically, and as much as neutral I can be, but I wanted to give you an idea. Let me know, guys, what do you think of the match? I think it was super fun, and sempre comunque, forza il diavolo rosso nero. Ciao.